This is David Gedge from The Wedding Present, and he's just enjoying the luxury of my sofa. But I'm gonna, you got the best bit. Don't know which band was in here last.
Yeah.
It's a bit disturbing, isn't it? Anyway, David, I know you're going on in a minute, and you've got a tour coming in. We'll talk about that, but I've been plotting, and I've included you in the plot. And the plot is that when the next time Leeds University is on the challenge, University Challenge, you're on the team with me.
Right. Well, I'm not sure how good I'd be, but
You did maths, didn't you? Yeah. What's your specialist subject? Would you say now?
that's mastermind.
Well, no, I mean because I know nothing. I don't know much about science. Do you know anything about science?
Well, obviously I did maths, but having not used it for so many years, I wouldn't.
About your general knowledge.
Well, I think it's one of those programs where if I get one question right, I kind of go yes. But I don't know, maybe they make them a bit easier for the celebrity version, do they?
I think they make them a bit Christmassy as well. Like, how many reindeer were there apart from Rudolph? We can cope with that.
Yeah, probably.
Right, well, that's the plan. Watch this space. If you were on Mastermind, then what would be your specialist subject?
Can you have yourself?
Well, yes, I don't know. What, the wedding present?
Yeah, I mean, if I could do the wedding present, I think I'd be pretty good at that because,
Say it wasn't the wedding present. I know there's loads of bands. I'm like, oh, if I went on that, which band would I do? So I'm thinking it's best to choose a band who's had the shorter career and the fewer albums.
But I think if you choose a narrow range, they just make the questions even harder.
Deeper.
Yeah, because it's like, I'll do, the Cocteau Twins from 1983 to 1984. So they're going to be really concentrating on that year or whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, I think.
I don't want to be one of those people though who goes on and you think, mate, are you mad? That's such a wide subject, Choose Bob Dylan with his 70 albums or something.
I think I might do James Bond films because I've watched a load of those and I kind of know a bit about them. So yeah.
Okay, well, we're sorted for that. We're sorted. Watch this space. We're going to win the Crystal Ball or whatever it is. But I'm very proud of going to Leeds, and I'm registered with them, and so are you, aren't you?
Yeah. They interviewed me for the magazine. They probably did you as well, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I was born in Leeds, and then I grew up in Manchester, and then I went back to Leeds University. So it was a bit like going home anyway for me in a weird way.
So, what other contemporaries were there that have made their mark that we could rope in? Because people like Mark Knopfler was ahead of our time, and
the Gang of Four.
Oh, they were there.
They were at university there, I think, weren't they?
Yeah, they used to sit in the MJ Lounge.
Did they? Yeah. They might be quite brainy.
Yeah, they might be quite intellectual. Anyway, about you.
To be honest, kind of musicians is the last people you want to be asking, really, isn't it?
Well, we've got a musician and we've got media DJ type person, so we'll find others. Anyway, your tours, like everybody else's, your tour that has been put off, how disheartening. You couldn't work. Musicians couldn't work, and at last the tour that was postponed for how long? 18 months or something?
Yeah. Well, we kind of this last year we've just been doing all rescheduled ones from the last couple of years, really, and then it kind of works out that they reschedule it to a Saturday. So you think, well, if we're going to rehearse for it, we might as well do a Friday, and so it becomes a little mini tour. So we've been quite busy, but it sounds weird, but I kind of like the enforced time off because
You've been doing it for 30 odd years, haven't you, non-stop?
37 years or something, and I'm kind of one of those people where if someone says, do you want to come and play at this festival, or do you want to come and play in Europe or whatever, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I find it hard to say no, so suddenly we have this enforced kind of moratorium on it, and it made me kind of do other things really, which was nice, that I wouldn't normally give a lot of time to. So after a while I was itching to get back, and just get in a van and drive somewhere, making up for it now.
Well, you live at the seaside. Was that a bonus?
I think it probably was. Yeah, I think we used to go for walks. At night when there was nobody around, and that when you weren't supposed to go very far and everything. So it was nice to be on the seafront and stuff. Yeah.
So what is this tour about? Is it UK? Is it UK and Europe? Just Europe? Where are you going?
Yeah, we're doing it's basically because our album Sea Monsters came out 30 years ago in 1991, and we'd already planned this kind of 30th anniversary tour. So it's kind of gone over into this year now, and then the European tour was rescheduled as well. So it's just been like this tour of.
So you're going to reprise the whole album?
Not today because it's a festival set, but what we've been doing is like the first half of the set is Sea Monsters, and then the second half is just general kind of songs, old and new.
And when will you be? I'm not letting you have a rest. Have you got plans for a new album? Are you working on new stuff?
Actually, it's not an album. We're doing I don't know if you remember, in 1992 we did a single every year. We had a 7-inch single, and they came out once a month, and we're doing it again this year. So we've just released the 8th one, August one, obviously. So we're doing that this year. I mean, we will at some point, I suppose, compile them into an album and do a tour for that. But yeah, it's just, and I'm doing a little semi-acoustic tour in November, where that's because I've got the second volume of my autobiography. So it's like a book tour kind of thing. So we're doing that.
So is this your first Stone Valley Festival?
It is, yeah. I mean,
everybody else seems to have done all of them.
Yeah, I think we're kind of the bit of the odd one out here. Looking round, because and I'd heard of it, and I did always think it was more of a mod festival, but obviously they've expanded a bit more into.
Well, he says it's been punk, mod, ska, but he's expanding it to indie as well.
Yeah, well, why not?
So you're no pressure. You're an experiment tonight.
Yeah, we're the flag wavers for India.
The groundbreakers. So now I've put that sort of worry in your mind, I'll say good luck and enjoy every minute of it. And I'll see you when we're all ready with our starters for 10.
All right, we will. I'll be there. Thank you.